Hello, this is Sochi Licea with Sociology. Welcome back to Sociology. So excited to have all of you here today on another episode of Sociology. Well, I have an amazing topic to discuss today. It's actually one of my favorite things to discuss because I am big on this. So I'm so excited to discuss this with you guys. But before we get started, if you can do me a favor and please hit the subscribe button. I don't want you to miss out on any episodes. And I also ask that you please share this video, like, and definitely please comment below and let me know what you think. Ask me any questions. I'm definitely open to talk and discuss this topic with you. So, what is one of Sochi's favorite subjects, or things to discuss, or things to do? Well, it's giving back. I'm all about giving back, whether it's paying it forward, randomly slipping a gift card in someone's box, or uh, by Zelle, hey, here's 20 bucks, donating your time. I just recently registered to volunteer at the shelter again, and I'm so excited about that because it just feels so good to not it's I mean, yes, it feels good to me, but the best part about it is that you're helping an animal become more adoptable. You're giving them cuddles, you're getting them out to enjoy the sunshine. It's refreshing for them to be able to get out and go for a nice walk. Let's see what else. You can donate clothes. You can slip someone a nice note randomly. Just maybe you're walking and like just give somebody a little cute note and it'll have something really positive on there. Let's see here. You can volunteer at a shelter for like maybe like an orphanage. You can volunteer to do makeup or provide services. You can be at the grocery store and say, you know what, I'm going to pay for their food, like their groceries. I mean, there are so many different things. You can volunteer at a place where they're, for construction, or I mean, the list goes on and on and on. There is really honestly no reason why we can not all be involved in some sort of giving back. So, why is it important to give back? Why is it important to get involved in the community and get out there? It, for me personally, I'm a giver. Uh, so for me, I just feel like it's very selfless when you do that. You kind of remove yourself from what you got going on. And let's say you're going through a situation and you are just not in your best mood, or you feel like you're going through it. When you remove yourself from that situation and you go volunteer and you go spend your time, donate your time, or maybe monetarily, whatever the situation may be, it removes you from what you're going through at the moment. And yes, we all have our ups and downs. We all have our experiences that we go through that sometimes are more challenging than others, but this allows you to remove yourself from what you're going through. Maybe it's a pity party, or maybe it's something that you just really need to just not, like I said, remove yourself from it, because maybe you're really like down or depressed or you're angry. If you go put yourself in a situation where you're going to go maybe help maybe some kids, and take them to maybe like a picnic or something like that, it removes you from your current situation. So it's really good for your soul. It actually helps you with stress, depression, anxiety, because it's very healing. And not just that, they always say, if you want something, you should always give it, give it and put it out there. So if you want love, you should put love out there. If there's something that you're lacking in your life, if you put it out there, it'll come back to you. Even though when we do it that way and we look at it that way, we don't want to do it for selfish reasons. But it's when you do it genuinely and from the heart, and it's going to naturally come back to you. For me, as I mentioned earlier, I just registered again to volunteer at the local animal shelter, and I'm like, I cannot wait. I'm actually going this week to get started, and I'm so excited. I'm all about the animal world, like many of you guys know. So I'm excited to get out there again and to just donate my time to the community. and to help some of these dogs that never really asked to be put into this world. I mean, they didn't say, "Hey, I want to go live, and be homeless and be dumped at the Redlands," or "I don't want to be adopted or purchased and then my owner go dump me at the shelter later." I mean, nobody asked to be in that situation. So, especially not an animal, they can't, they don't think logically in that sense like humans do. So for me, I mean, it's very important. It's something been an area that's always been very close to my heart. Um, so I'm excited to get back out there and get back in the community and just get back. Everybody has 4 hours to spare a week. I mean, sometimes we spend 4 hours doing, scrolling on the phone, wasting time, things that are not even of importance. And honestly, those kind of things don't bring us any fulfillment in our heart. They definitely don't put money in our account, and they don't fill us with love. If anything, when you spend 4 hours on social media, you're actually feeling a little bit more stressed out, and you're feeling a little bit more anxious. You're like, oh, it's almost like a toxic feeling when you waste your time on social media. So instead of wasting your time on social media, like, go out there, and there's a list of things that you can do. You can go. If I live in Florida, I live in, there's a beach close to me here in Miami. You can go and just one day and just grab a bag and start picking up trash. That's another thing that you can do, and it really, like, it helps nature. It helps our oceans to be clean, because all that trash that people leave behind, unfortunately, sadly, that water goes back into the ocean, and then before you know it, our turtles are swallowing something they shouldn't be swallowing. Or like, maybe a headband gets stuck on a fin of a fish. I mean, I'm just giving you guys little examples. You guys know the drill. um, a fishing line can get stuck on a shark's fin. I mean, it's horrible, the things that are out there. But if we just do our little piece, to heal not just ourselves, but to heal the earth, humanity, animals, it's so beautiful. What are some other things that we can do? Let's see here. If you're in an area where there's a lot of trees, you can go plant some trees. That's another great idea. And that is actually really good for the planet itself, because when you plant trees, it creates more shade, which brings the temperature down in on the actual planet. So you can plant trees. You can go to a local shelter to help feed. Maybe you can bring some ingredients and donate so they can have, create a meal. What are some other things? If you have a senior in your area, you can volunteer to go clean their windows. I've done some weird things um, that maybe are not probably the safest thing, but at that time, my heart spoke to me to do it, and I don't really like want to get in too much into it. Some of the things that I do, because I do some things, within myself that I don't really share. But a couple of times I picked up seniors on the street. um, I had to do it. It was so hot outside. I'm in my car, there's AC, and they're lugging grocery bags. I mean, if that does not tug at your heart to help, yeah. And one of the times that I picked up the senior gentleman, he was in Miami Beach, and he was looking around, like, he was looking for an address from what it looked like. So lo and behold, this poor man, like, he needed to get to an address, and the address wasn't even in Miami Beach. Don't ask me how he got to Miami Beach, but he was there. The address he was looking for was in downtown Miami. And those of you that are familiar with this city, like, it's not, they're not even anywhere, like, you have to get on a bridge. Like, it would have been impossible for him to get there. If he would have took the city bus, it would have probably taken him at least 3 to 4 hours to get there. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna do it. And by the time we communicated where he needed to go, that was a whole nother, like, spectacle. I was like, oh my gosh, like, this poor gentleman, like, and it turns out where he was going was an appointment to help for housing, because he was renting a room, and the person he was renting the room from was on drugs, so he didn't feel safe there. So I although it's not safe to pick up people on the street with everything going on, it's a blessing that I did because I was able to get him to his appointment to help him with housing. So I'm not telling you guys to go pick up people on the street. Absolutely not. But listen, just do something else. If you see a cat in the street or something, a puppy, like definitely pick them up because they're going to need help. Just try to help them out. But another situation might be is like, you know what? If you know a friend is going through a difficult time, just say, hey, friend, what's your Zelle? Let me just Zelle you $50. Or you know what? Or go get them a gift card from your local grocery store. Just things, or you go, let's say you go to dinner with someone, say, hey, you know what? I got you. If you know that they're going through something. Donate school supplies, art supplies. Kids love art. Donate art supplies. So many things. And it's so heartwarming to do that. And the thing is, it doesn't have to be a specific occasion. Like, don't wait for the holidays. Like, everybody during the holidays, I'm not saying don't do it, but everybody jumps on board because it's Christmas or it's Thanksgiving or whatever the holiday may be. Guys, giving back does not have a holiday. It does not have a date. It does not have a time. It does not have an identity. Just do it. Just give back. I mean, honestly, if you go to the coffee shop and there's a person there, just say, hey, you know what? I'm going to pay for their coffee. You don't even have to announce it. Hey, I bought your coffee. No, just pay for the coffee and walk away. It doesn't have to be this whole thing. Like, sometimes people wait for the occasion, the situation, the holidays. No, it's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing to do this. And you know what? The person on the receiving end, their feelings, their facial expressions, it's so priceless. It's heartwarming. I mean, honestly, there's really, I don't even know what you were to describe it as. It's just so beautiful. It makes my heart smile. It makes me feel like, warm and fuzzy when I see someone receiving something that they did not expect. So guys, let's start with doing a small act of kindness, a random act of kindness or giving back. I challenge you guys, go sign up somewhere to volunteer, maybe even to clean something, or a neighbor, bring them food, bring them groceries. Just do something kind for humanity or for the animal or the planet. It doesn't cost. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm not going to go pick up trash. I mean, that's not the right attitude, guys. If we all have, this is funny. Speaking of trash, I went to the beach with one of my girlfriends one time, and she was here from out of town. So we're walking, hanging on the beach, and you have your little beach bag, whatever. And everywhere we're walking, I'm picking up trash. She's like, "Girl, did you come to the beach to hang out or to pick up trash?" I'm like, I can't walk here and see this trash and just leave it there. I just can't do that because in my head, like my head always goes into a different direction. Like, I play movies in my head, just to let you guys know. So whenever I'm in a situation, I start playing a movie in my head. So in my head, if I see a can or like I see a lot of shovels from the kids, they make the little sand castles. I'm like, okay, so that's sitting there and it's going to float into the water and it's going to go and it's going to go and it's going to disappear. And before you know it, it's going to be out and it's going to make this whole mess. And in my head, I start like a fish is going to swallow it, like all these things, right? So in my head, I'm like, just pick it up. It takes 2 seconds to pick it up and go put it in the trash. So anyway, guys, I'm going to conclude this video on that. Just think of those little scenarios that I gave you guys. Think of places to give back. Go online. Where can I donate my time? Where can I make a monetary donation? Salvation Army. Where can I go donate food? Any situation. Go to someone's makeup as a gift. Whatever the situation may be, just challenge yourself to do that. Be a big sister, a big brother. Let's just start trend, guys, to instead of having all these weird, silly, senseless trends, let's start a trend that really matters and give back. So I leave you guys with that. I hope you guys enjoyed this as much as I did. I definitely enjoyed discussing giving back because, like I said, it's one of my favorite subjects. So I hope that we can all connect on this. And I really hope that you guys comment below. I want to know your thoughts. I want to know what you do to give back. Give me some ideas. I definitely want to converse with you about it. So thank you again for visiting me today here at Sociology, and I wish you an amazing day. Take care. Bye bye.